I have made this video 75 times and I'm going to make it again. Anyways, I made a video the other day about unhelpful things that a friend of mine said to me while we were out. I was having an issue with my disease. I was crying in public. It sucked. Anyways, their response, although of course they were just being nice. They were like, "Oh, but you hide it really well. Like I can't really tell that anything's wrong with you, even though I was crying in public." But whatever. It's just not helpful, and that's okay. It's fine. I wasn't upset about it. I was just like, that's super unhelpful. Thank you. But anyways, it got me thinking, and I've done a little series on this before of like helpful things that people can say to you if you are struggling. Doesn't matter if you're struggling with your relationship, with where you're at in life, with depression, anxiety, disability, neurodivergence, friendships, any problem you're having, right? Oftentimes when we're talking to our friends or loved ones and we don't want a solution always. Most people don't really want the solution. And I think a lot of people kind of get caught in this place of like wanting to fix it, which is of course meaning to be so well, but it's not actually helpful, or relating to them in a story that is similar to them, which also again is not super helpful. What I have found that is the most validating experience for me, and of course I had to be taught this like probably 7 years ago. I was having a hard time with my loved one. They were really struggling. I was really struggling. How the hell do you support somebody who's really struggling? And my therapist taught me this way to validate somebody, and it's so simple. So simple. This is really hard. This is really hard. I'm really sorry. I can see how hard this is for you. That's it. Imagine if somebody said that to you when you're struggling. If you're, oh my God, my life is falling apart. And somebody said, yeah, that's really hard. How would you feel? Listen, I used to be the biggest victim, okay? I loved a victim story, okay? I was being a victim. Listen, people have character defects, and they do them for a reason because they get something out of it. It took me a long time to see myself exactly as I am, and that's fucking painful, okay? So when I was able to see myself exactly as I am, I realized I'm a victim. I love being a victim. And you know why? Because I was getting something out of it. Why was I getting something out of it? Because I didn't have to emotionally take care of myself, and I made everybody else responsible for my problems because they were going to, and I found people to do it. I didn't do it on purpose. It was all totally unhealed shit, really. But I was a perpetual victim because I was gently carried through life that way. I didn't have to do anything on my own. And so I just was a big victim. And I think now that I'm out of that place and I can take responsibility for my own feelings now, because I'm a big girl, I think I just needed to feel seen. I think that in the end, my grandiose storytelling and my, oh my God, please feel bad for me so that you can just take this on with me and we can do this together and I'm not. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that understand what I'm saying, but I think in the end, I just needed to feel seen and heard. Like, I wonder how many times of the stories I told that people would like feel bad for me. I know that sounds gross, but like when you're in self-centered fear, which is like what most of us are sort of living our lives in, pour me a glass of wine kind of thing, people get something out of it. And I think really in the end, probably those people, if they're like anything like me, just wanted to feel seen and understood. And I wonder how many times I had told a story that was big and grandiose if somebody had just said, oh my God, that sounds so hard. If that would have shut me up. I bet it would have. I bet that's what I needed my whole life. I bet that's what I needed my entire life, and then didn't get it, and then started behaving in these grandiose ways to be seen. which is so sad. And now I don't do that, and that's great. And yeah, I just think it's really important to just sit with somebody's experience and without fixing it. And I just know it's really helpful when somebody's like, and it's really the only person who does that to me is my therapist who taught me it. She's the only one who does it. But when she does it every week, because I see her every week, I feel seen. And so, yeah, just say, yeah, that looks really hard. You've been through this before. We have done this before, and we're gonna do it again. Simple. I'm curious to know if that would be helpful to you in your stresses, and then also what people say to other people that has been helpful.